And we are live. Probably we were live for a few seconds now, but hello and welcome to the latest episode of More Than Just Task Management, your favorite weekly productivity podcast. And we record this live in our Focus and Fulfillment group on Facebook. So if you're not part of this group yet, hop in, join. This is the place to talk about goal setting, goal achievement, productivity, and ultimately living a life you love. And speaking of we, I'm Anna Angelova, one of the co-hosts and the business coach. And here with me is my co-host, Jores Minasvand. Hey, Jores, welcome back to Canada.
Hey Anna, it's good to be home again. Very tiring, very tired. Starting to catch up. I love Canada and its weather. Uh, yeah, it's good to be back home. Nothing like home. Nothing like North America.
Yeah, it's very different when you are home. And again, welcome back. Happy to have you on North American soil again. And today we will be talking about something that a lot of times we neglect when we talk about achieving our goals and productivity and all these kind of things. And this is support and accountability. And accountability, I think, is something that, yes, there's more about it. There's more about having an accountability buddy, someone to connect with you and check in. So this person makes sure that you are actually doing what you said you'll be doing. But about support, this is one of the things that I would say as a topic, you can rarely hear or see a lot about it. And like from our personal experience and also the people we work with as well, these two are very important. And like I would separate them because although accountability kind of includes support, support is more, for me, support is more about, um, you know, how sometimes I am working and doing things for the business while you might be the chef in the kitchen and preparing dinner or something like this, where you don't keep me accountable, but you support me in achieving my goals by doing something where I don't help with the preparation, for example. So for me, there are two different things. While there might be overlap, and the same person can be an accountability partner, someone who keeps you accountable and who comes in and checks in with you, make sure that you're doing everything. And also, this person can be the one who supports you by picking up some of the slack or doing whatever you need done. Uh, the two of them, I would say, are different aspects of how other people in our lives can help us achieve goals. Because I know it's a bit of a cliche, but no one is self made. There is not a single person who is self made. And when it comes to achieving from a small goal to the biggest of goals, there's always someone next to us, someone who supports us, someone who keeps us accountable. And if you don't have people in your life who are filling these different roles, I would say it's time to find someone. And again, maybe you can find someone in our Facebook group.
Yeah, for me, support and accountability are push and pull. Accountability is more of a pull. It makes sure that you did what you were supposed to do, whereas support is more of a push where they do something that you were supposed to do so you can do something else or that's how I look at these two the difference between the two. To me, support is more short term and support is like someone cannot be there forever for you, right? But if you are getting used to the push, then someone has to sacrifice their time to push you. Whereas accountability could be just once a week, once a month, or whatever to keep you uh, in line and more in check. So that's how I look at these two the difference between the two. I don't know what your point of view is, but that's how I look at it.
It's a very interesting perspective what you're sharing for this. And you also mentioned something that people can be pushing you all the time or pulling you all the time, even. So when we're talking about both for the accountability and the support, these are just additional tools, let's say, that we have in a toolbox when it comes to achieving our goals. And they're not the main thing. Like you don't need, I would say you don't need the accountability, like outside accountability. If you are accountable to yourself, when you say that, you know what, we've talked a lot about running. I'm running 6 days a week and that's it. Like if you are accountable to yourself, you don't need that external accountability. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory. However, it can be very powerful because it gives you a little bit of that. Interesting, you said pull. I don't know. It's an interesting analogy. Yeah, in a way, it's a pull because, like you know that something like you have that meeting on that Friday with your accountability partner who will wait to hear like, did you make these 20 sales calls that you promised to make every single day? Did you go and run outside? Did you read the book? Did you write maybe the 5 chapters that you promised to write? So a lot of power with that accountability. And yes, in a way, it's pulling. For me, it has a pull and push effect, like the accountability. And I like what you mentioned, though, with the support, that it's more of a, um, I don't know if it's a short term. I would say I find it's less involved in a way, but it's there, like you need it because again, for us to do some things, like as much as we would like to have everything taken care of and all these kind of things, when we're working towards something, when we're working towards a bigger goal, something that we really want to change and do and achieve, there are things that fall through the cracks. Like there are things that like when you focus your time and energy on one thing, there might be something else that needs to be neglected. So having the support from someone who can take over what you're neglecting. And I agree that in a way it's temporary because you don't want this to turn into like you completely neglect this. And the example, maybe because of the example I shared, well, I know that like I wouldn't be where I am without your support. And like you said, it's not permanent though. Like and it's not something that happens every single day. But with the support, this is the thing. It's so key, especially at home. It's so key to have it. Yes, not every single day. Most of the time things are as usual, but when you need it, when you need to maybe work longer hours, your spouse goes and picks up the kids and makes dinner or something like this, or when you need to fast, or when you need to eat something, like we recently changed a lot about how we eat because of me mainly. Like the amount of rice we eat now is negligible. So I like the idea of push and pull. For me, I would say accountability is the one that feels like both push and pull. Support is like as if you have someone kind of walking with you there, someone kind of helping you stand up when you need to stand up, or something like this, tying your shoe or something like this. I don't know.
When I meant push and pull, I meant uh, support is someone that's behind you. Like I said, it does something for you, or accountability makes you push yourself because you're accountable to someone and you're saying, oh, in half an hour today, I'm going to meet my accountability partner. I better have A, B, C, and D done. So it just pulls yourself to do that. It's not a, that's what I meant by push and pull analogy. That's why accountability is better and it's more long term and it just makes you do things where you know you're accountable and you have to answer to someone. And yeah, if it's just you, you don't do it. It's okay. I'll do it tomorrow. But when you're meeting with someone and you're accountable, you're accountable to deliver this to them. There you go. You can end up doing it.
This makes sense. Yeah, this definitely makes sense because you're right that with the support, this is someone who has your back in a way. That's why I can see what you're saying with the push part. And definitely with accountability, it's more structured. Like when you think about it, it's more structured. And again, if you are working on something that is like a goal that is big enough that it matters, like no, not something irrelevant, I would highly, highly recommend having an accountability partner or maybe an accountability group. So one of the things that I'm doing, I have a couple of these where once a week we meet and we talk about the week. And some of the parties, again, like it crosses that accountability and support. But we do have the accountability in some of these groups where every week we need to share what are we doing next week. Like we are committing to something. And it's good to commit, even if you commit to one thing, like it's better to commit to one thing and do this than to say 10 things and not do any single one of them. So it can be a group, it can be just one person where you meet regularly. And I would say weekly meetings are great. And like these are kind of informal, but also there is a bit of a structure with these kind of meetings because this is accountability. There is a purpose there. Like you share what you've done, you share what you're planning to do, maybe what you need as support if there is anything. And then the next time you meet, it's a check-in. Did you do this or not? Why not? Like a little bit of a, like you said, that kind of pull and that kind of push. So highly, highly recommend. And what I have as a structure with some of these accountability groups and masterminds I'm part of, it's a kind of a free thing. And then also another way to keep yourself accountable, and this is where I play this role for with the business coaching clients. As a coach, I am the one who keeps them accountable. Like if you said you'll be doing these things and you didn't do them, okay, one week might be very tough. It's okay, like things happens, life happens. But then if the next week you haven't done this either, are we getting into excuses and like what's going on there, right? And there are these different types of accountability that you can have. Of course, like when you are working with a specialist like a coach or a mentor, you can these people can get a little bit deeper into what's going on and help you figure things out. When you're just working with a partner, it can be a little bit more superficial, so it could just high level. Yes, there is that pull or push, but at the same time, you might not get into what happened and why you didn't do it, and if you need some kind of mindset shift or something like this. But still, it's very, very powerful. Whether it's one-on-one with a accountability partner, whether it's maybe a group of, I would say up to four people. Up to four is good. Otherwise, it might become a little bit too much, especially if some people like talking more than others. And then, of course, coach, mentor, maybe even therapist can play this kind of role. But when it comes to goals, I would say coach or mentor, these can be really, really good mm, type of people that you would like to work with.
Yeah, it's depends on the person that you're setting as an accountability partner that you work with. You have to. Uh, I think mentor is the best because you look up to them and you don't want to disappoint them. If it's someone that you really don't care, you wouldn't care about what they think, so they'll just slack off anyways. It's important for them to have, I don't want to say influence, but maybe indirectly influence your thoughts where you don't want to disappoint this person. So choose wisely. It's important to choose the right accountability partner, or else, we're all lazy. We'll end up not doing things and then end up having not even be accountable to our partner.
This is a very good point because with accountability partner, you definitely want, or group, you definitely want people who are all in on this, and you want to be all in on this. Like it's a commitment because, to be honest, we've tried this. Like I have asked you a few times to be my accountability partner, and we haven't been very successful with this. So I would say look for someone who is not very close to you, maybe. Like look for other maybe coworkers, maybe acquaintances, uh, to someone who uh, again is working maybe on a similar goal like you, because this way you can also support each other because like you know what's going on, like you might be working towards like something related to like what I'm doing, like we're trying to lose some pounds and running and exercising and all those kind of things. Or maybe if it's something with career or if it's something with a business, It might be good to have someone who is working on a similar thing, but then if it's someone who is working on a different goal in a different area of life, this can also be helpful because sometimes we get ideas and we get things come to us from the outside. So if you were, let's say, writing a book and someone who your accountability partner is someone who is losing weight, you know, as you have these conversations about writing and chapters and things like this, and then running and eating, and who knows, something might come up that helps you both out of nowhere. That marriage of these different things can help you both. But anyway, a bit of tangent, but I would say definitely commitment. Like you need someone who is committed to this because like, for the accountability, I've heard stories and I've known of people who have been accountability partners or an accountability group for years now, like every year, and they work on different goals. Every year they work on different goals and they keep each other accountable. These are my goals, top three goals for this year, and they keep each other accountable. So if you find someone like this, where of course it turns into friendship and all these kind of things, but it's a special type of friendship and a special type of relationship, I would say, when it comes to accountability partners.
And it's not easy to find this person. Not everyone has that person in life. My last resort, I'm probably one of those people, but that's one of the things that I found. The final accountability partner is yourself. If you are really serious, we talked about goal setting and achieving and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, you only compete with yourself yesterday. You only accountable to yourself tomorrow. Like uh, at the end of the day, if you get to that point where you really want to do this, do something, achieve a goal, you will end up doing it and you'll be accountable to yourself.
Absolutely. This is the thing that if you can do this, like I would say this is probably the best. But it's also fun when you have someone next to you, though. It's also fun when you have someone that you can share the wins and the losses and the journey with. So again, if you don't have an accountability partner and think that this might be a great way to push yourself a little bit more, get out there and find. And I would say you need people who are ambitious and people who are committed and determined. Like these are some traits to look for when it comes to accountability partners. And because we were talking about support as well, I just wanted to, like, before we wrap things up, but I just wanted to uh, switch the conversation a little bit towards the support. And for me, the support is especially important at home. Whether you're working on a personal goal, professional goal, whatever it is, the biggest support you need is at home. And unfortunately, a lot of times, these are the people who put us down instead of lifting us up. So this is the one where I feel fortunate for all the support I've had in my life, and especially, you know, the way you support me, Joris. So this has been amazing. But support is like it makes a difference. It makes such a huge difference. Again, like think about it. I know we're talking about losing weight, but this is something that a lot of people are struggling with. So you decide that enough is enough, 210 pounds. I don't want to go in that direction. I want to reverse the direction. And then what if you have a spouse who keeps on buying sweets, who keeps on eating pizza, drinking the wine and all these kind of things? How would you manage things? Because like one of the easiest things to do is with the environment. Like we talked last week, we talked about these factors that impact our performance. Like what we eat is hugely impacted by our environment. And yes, I know you can pick up your phone and order anything from Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever it is. But when it's not at your home, there is friction. You can't just open the fridge and get it. You can't just open the cupboard and eat it. So having that support at home, it's really, really important. And if you are lucky to have people around you who support you when you tell them this is what I'm working towards, they're on board, they change their ways even. Fantastic. Like you should feel so grateful and lucky for this. If you are in a situation where maybe the support is not there, uh, I know it's harder. I know it's harder, but you can set an example. And this is one of the beautiful things that what you're saying, Joris, when you're accountable to yourself, when you have that inner drive, you can set the example. You can be, no matter what, even if I don't get the support I need, I'll do the work. I'll go for the workout. I will choose the salad instead of the pizza next to it. When I'm offered wine, I will get a glass of water or a cup of tea. I'll make something different. So support for me. Yes, you can have support from friends as well, but I would say the biggest support in any goal you have comes from your home and the people who are closest to you.
I agree. I agree. Having that support and having what is it? We're the average of 5 people we surround ourselves, and that gets even more important with the people we live with. And yeah, I mean, when you started losing weight, I started competition. I said, I'll lose even more weight.
That's true.
So I'm like, let's go. So yeah, I mean that kind of making it fun and making it uh, yeah, it's you live. It's important to live with like-minded people, to socialize with like-minded people. If you don't want to drink wine every night, don't go out with wine drinkers. Go out with those who drink tea or whatever, water, or don't drink at all. Go with those who don't go to bars and restaurants. So yeah, it's your lifestyle also matters. But yeah, accountability to yourself and have an accountability partner and support is very important. It's very often that you see, anyways, I don't want to get into too much. I'll say things that I shouldn't say, but yeah, it's uh, it's important to have that support. Very, very important.
Oh, feel free to say whatever you want to share. And I like what you said about the 5 people. We're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. Definitely having that kind of support. Like if you want to build a business, spend time with people who are building businesses. Like if you want to lose weight or run or whatever, spend time with runners. Because like we've had this experience where I come from Eastern Europe. Originally, I'm from Bulgaria. And I still remember my uncle was still alive and like I think it was Christmas Eve. And I called them, like they were together, and I told them, oh, I just came from a run. And his question was, who was chasing you? It's like that kind of comments. And I don't go into what my mom tells me and all these kind of things like that they impact us. So having the support, having whether it's a family member or a group of friends who uplift us. This is one of the things like with some of my iPad classmates, like we love spending time together and having our calls because it's a different environment. It's a different uh, conversation where like we support and uplift each other instead of putting each other down and things like this. So yeah, if you don't have this at home, maybe there is a friend or a group of friends. And if you don't have that group of friends, find them. There are online, offline, like in real life, there's so many different groups and clubs and you can get out there and meet people who are already doing what you want to do or who like you maybe are just starting and need someone like you like that kind of support. But I would say it's important because there are ups and downs and sometimes it's hard, right, when you put the work and when you do things and then are not seeing the results yet. It can be hard, and having someone to uh, just chat with, someone to uplift you and encourage you, it makes a difference to remind you that it's a longer journey. That, yesterday might have been an off day, tomorrow will be better. Again, last week we talked about the factors that impact us and why we perform differently every single day. So that support, again, I would say with accountability partner, maybe you don't need it. Maybe, like you said, Joris, as long as you're accountable to yourself. But I would say for the support, find someone who can support you on this journey.
Like I think you said it at the beginning, nobody did anything on their own. We always have support, and yeah, I mean it's important to find the right support, right person for the right goal. For having a goal of somebody to support you in the your goal of losing weight. When the person eats like a jar of ice cream and 2 packs of chips every day, that's not the right support person. So choose wisely.
Oh yeah, definitely choose wisely. And um, with that's why I said, like, if you want to build a business, find people who are building businesses, because a lot of people, it's interesting, how because many people, they don't work towards anything. Like, they don't have any goal. They're not trying to improve anything. They're not trying to make a difference. And when you tell them that, oh, this is what I'm doing, they ridicule you. They are like, oh, who's chasing you? Why are you doing this? Or don't do this. It's too hard. No one like succeeds when they do these kind of things. And again, unfortunately, a lot of times the people that are closest to us are the ones who tell us this, like our parents, our siblings, our cousins, right? The people that matter the most to us, instead of supporting us, a lot of times they put us down and to tell us how hard it is. And again, like, yeah, you shouldn't be delusional. Uh, will never be messy or anything like this, but when you have a goal that's yours, that you want to achieve, that matters, that is relevant for you, having support, having accountability, it can be a game changer and help you, because again, it's a tough journey. We use Plandor, the mountain goat, a lot in our like online on our pages, and the metaphor with the climb and the mountain. And if you have climbed the mountain, you know how hard it can be, how exhausting it is. And like in the mountain, this is one thing I remember when we were kids and we were going up the mountain. Every time, like, this is our grandparents taught us that you say hi to every person you meet. You notice the people, you say hi when you go uphill, downhill, like you say hi to people, because this is the mountain. Things change, the weather changes. If something happens, like you need other people around you to be able to go up the mountain, down the mountain. So um, I think this is everything I have for today, I guess. Again, not necessary, but a great addition, because no one is self-made. Found an accountability partner, find someone who can support you. It will make a huge difference. And I did mention it in the beginning. I'm mentioning it again. Come join the Focus and Fulfillment Facebook group. This is the place to talk about goals, to talk about productivity, and find that accountability and support that you're looking for.
So we did definitely cover a lot. Yeah, join our. We can be your support and accountability partners.
Perfect ending. Thank you, Joris.
Thank you.